Now, the difference in news and information in Arkansas. THV 11, News at 5.
Tonight, a woman shot inside a Conway Walmart talks only to THV 11. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Craig O'Neill.
And I'm Dawn Scott. And for the first time since she was shot 6 times at close range, Lori Martin is talking about her recovery. It is an interview you will only see on THV 11. And our Kevin Traeger joins us with what doctors are calling a miracle survival story. Kevin.
Craig, Dawn, today marks the 2-month anniversary Lori Martin was gunned down while standing in a checkout line at Walmart. While 4 of those 6 bullets are still lodged inside her body, she's able to walk again, is on the road to a full recovery.
I was actually looking at a magazine, and all of a sudden I heard the shot fired. And I turned to Adam and I said, I think I'm hit. And that's all I remember.
7 feet. That's all that separated Lori Martin from this alleged gunman inside a Conway Walmart February 1st. When she was shot with a 9mm handgun 5 times in the chest, torso, and leg. Martin and her husband Adam recalled those events from that night Tuesday, as they've done so many times over the past 2 months.
They explained to me that I had been shot multiple times.
What'd you think about it?
I couldn't believe I was still here. It was a miracle.
Martin's doctors equally surprised to find none of her major organs were damaged by the 5 bullets buried inside her body.
They were so shocked that she was still here.
This weekend, 2 of the bullets resurfaced and will be removed later this month. Martin knows all 4 bullets may never come out, and questions about the shooting may never be answered. But she's still here to talk about it, and that's all that matters to her.
God put me here for a purpose. There is a purpose for me to be here. I want to be back to my fullest, and I will be.
Now, 30-year-old Myron Terrell is charged with attempted capital murder in this shooting. He told police he shot Martin because he felt threatened by her and she had harassed him his whole life, but he couldn't prove any of this. Police tell THV they have no reason to believe the victim and Myron Terrell knew each other before this shooting. Craig and Dawn.
All right, Kevin, thank you. Little Rock police still searching for answers after finding human remains. These skeletal remains were found on Sunday. Detectives and cadaver dogs have been combing the woods since then, but they haven't found any more remains or leads. Right now, the portions collected are being tested in an attempt to identify the victim. The weather outside feeling pretty nice today.
Clouds, though, rolling in. Our chief meteorologist, Ed Buckner, in the Weather Garden. He has a first check of the forecast.
Ed, how's it look?
Yeah, it's kind of the calm before the storm, to say the least. We do have a lot of cloud cover, very cloudy skies, a little bit warm, a little bit muggy, a little bit humid. That's the one of the ingredients we need for storms, and we will have that present for the next couple of days. It could be a bumpy next 48 hours, that is for sure. Time to keep the weather radios charged, your mobile devices charged, keep it on THV11.com, all that kind of stuff we'll talk more about coming up in just a few. Right now, though, let's take a look at the satellite perspective, and you can see not much going on right now, and I didn't really expect a whole lot today. Today's kind of like the last quiet day that we'll see until Friday. Lots of cloud cover and some rain up in Missouri, but the next system is still well out in the Rockies, and the next system behind that is still off the California coast, so a couple of days away from that. 65 currently, 71 in Arkadelphia, 68 in Pine Bluff, 73 down in Camden. Your forecast for tomorrow, 64 the low. That's very, very mild. I mean, we're talking spring-like conditions, and anytime you start the day that warm, it's going to be a rough day. Thunderstorms will be possible tomorrow afternoon, up to 60%, and some of them could be severe, especially late in the afternoon and into tomorrow night. And then another round comes in Thursday afternoon and into Thursday night. Talk more about that, your complete forecast coming up.
All right, Ed, thank you. The city of Little Rock is embarking now on a $1.6 million project to revitalize Main Street. And part of that plan is to cut down oak trees, which have lined Main Street for 30 years, replacing them with other trees.
But that decision has a lot of longtime residents upset. And THV 11's Dan Grossman has been looking into this and joins us to explain why.
Yeah, Craig and Dawn, residents say they don't want to see these trees go, even if they will be replaced in the future. Many speaking their minds to the city so they know just where they stand. Little Rock City employees worked Tuesday to dig up stumps left over after the city began cutting down trees lining Main Street this past weekend.
It is kind of outraging.
The construction is part of a 3-phase approach aimed to revitalize Main Street and has the community upset.
Number one, the way it looks. This is not appealing to see 15 stumps that are just now part of the sidewalk.
The city says the water oaks that are lining the street let too much water run off into the Arkansas River, carrying street pollutants with it. The new trees will help soak up that excess water, making the river and soil cleaner.
We're trying to swing that pendulum back to where we can do several things. Sequester the pollutants that are coming off our streets, the hydrocarbons and the metals that come off our tires.
The plan is set to cut down trees lining the 100, 200, 300, and 500 blocks of Main Street. The city will also add plans to improve aesthetics, but residents still aren't happy.
They're taking away part of that history of the area.
Now, the city has finished cutting for now, while it explores alternatives to cutting the trees down. If the current plan continues, new trees could be planted as early as this fall. Craig, Dawn.
All right, Dan Grossman, thank you. A new report today looking at minority children's groups in Arkansas, and it reveals some not so great results. This report showing Arkansas's minority groups are lagging behind minority groups in other states, as well as their white peers within the state. Arkansas Advocates for Children and Families says the state should put more funding toward early childhood education, fixing this problem early.
I think this report should be a wake-up call for policymakers, for foundations, for the general public, that we need to do more in terms of opportunities and improving outcomes for children of color.
Now, although officials say Arkansas's pre-K program is one of the best in the nation, it relies on flat funding.
If you are frequenting the skies, a frequent flyer, a new program at the Little Rock Airport may make your travels much easier.
Yeah, that's true. The TSA is introducing its pre-check program today, and enrolling in this program means giving your information to officials in order to get through security faster.
Enrollees do not have to take off their shoes, jacket, or their belts for security. They also are allowed to leave their laptops in their bags.
TSA officials say its pre-check program means more security.
This program actually makes security stronger. By pre-screening certain passengers before they get to the checkpoint, TSA can focus even more on those we know less about. So security does become stronger for everybody.
To enroll in the program, you must be able to prove your U.S. citizenship, have 2 types of photo ID, and schedule an appointment online. For more information, you know where to go. Visit our website, tsv11.com. A reminder for tomorrow morning's commute. A routine bridge inspection will close down a lane on Highway 440.
Highway and transportation officials say the northbound outside lane between mile markers 11 and 12 will be closed tomorrow and Thursday from 9 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon.
Tonight, the Natural State Jackpot game continues for its 56th consecutive drawing without a winner. Last night's jackpot was at $345,000, but tonight's number up by $5,000. That's going to put it at around $350,000. This is the game's largest jackpot since its creation. Tonight's drawing, among only Arkansans, held at 8 o'clock.
Arkansas's largest and most popular music festival, just about 2 months away now, and tickets for the big event, Riverfest, are now on sale. They'll be half price, making them $20 for a 3-day admission pass. They can be picked up at any Walgreens, but this half price promotion only available for a limited time. A few of this year's headliners include CeeLo Green, Chicago, Frey, Lee Brice, and Hank Williams Jr.
You may have noticed the addition of tablets in some restaurants.
Now, though, technology may be taking a routine trip out to eat one step further.
Computer scientists have invented a new gadget that'll let you smell before you buy. We'll tell you about it coming up.
And we've been waiting for this for quite a while. It's April. It's time for severe weather. We have some in sight. We'll have your forecast coming up next.